Welcome to Any Way You Slice It, where we talk about your identity and purpose in the kingdom of God. Come join author Ricardo Richardson as we slice our way to the core of God's Word to experience the beautiful and transformational discovery of who we are and why we exist, no matter how we slice it.
Today's message is Have Dominion. Beloved family, our text says, "And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Oh, that's the snake as well. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." Genesis 1:26-28. In the very beginning, God gave his children a command. Many of us, including me, focused on the command, "Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth." The word replenish means to fill up again. And certainly, based on the growth of the world's population, we have been very fruitful in those terms. We have been very successful as it relates to replenishing the earth. The world's population increased from 1 billion in the 1800s to 7.9 billion today, according to our World in data. That is in a span of just over 222 years. And according to the 2,000 years of economic statistics, the world population estimate in the year 1000 was 390 million. So mankind has had no problem multiplying and replenishing the earth. And I want to say parenthetically here, God doesn't command us to do anything that he didn't equip us to do. Oh, what do I mean? Well, just take the commandment to multiply and replenish the earth. And we have done so. The male man called Adam and the female man called Eve could not be obedient to God if they were physically unable to reproduce. But the male and female were made to naturally reproduce. Walk with me. If God created Adam and Steve, we have a problem. I know some of you don't like me now, but I have to plant this the way God gave it to me. There is an argument in the world where gender is based on how one thinks or one identifies. And I choose the word argument because it is a reason or set of reasons given with the aim of persuading others that an action or idea is right or wrong. Or in other words, it's an opinion. But having a mind that is adverse to God is nothing new. The first being that shaped an opinion of who they thought they were versus who God said they were was the unemployed cherub known as Lucifer. See, he bought into the reputation of who others say he was versus his true identity of who God called him. Lucifer and a third of the stars fell from the heavens because he wanted to exalt himself above God. In other words, Lucifer thought himself to be God, and still in his own twisted way believes that, as he attempted 3 times to get King Jesus to worship him in the wilderness. And that is where the problem lies. Satan thought himself to be God in his opinion, and he wanted everyone to acknowledge his own opinion of himself. But his name Satan is now his nature, one who opposes God. The LGBTQ plus community thinks themselves to be different than what God thinks them to be. And they want everyone else to acknowledge and call them what they think themselves to be. Oh, but God called them male and female and blessed them. That's all mankind, including me and you. God identified those who he created. Oh, don't get mad at me. I'm in the scriptures. But who are you, a human being, to talk back to God? Shall what is formed say to the one who formed it, why did you make me this way? Romans 9:20. Does not the potter have the right to make out of the same lump of clay some pottery for special purposes and some for common use? In other words, the potter identifies what he made out of the clay. And God told Adam and Eve to be fruitful and multiply. Why? Because they were born to do so. He equipped them to do so. Sure, they could disobey God and say, no, God, we choose not to reproduce and replenish the earth. A mind adverse to God's. When God appeared to Gideon and called him a mighty man of valor, Gideon had a different opinion of himself. In other words, he identified as a coward. But even though he thought himself weak, cowardly, and afraid, God created him a mighty warrior. He just had to deny himself, repent, change his mind or his thinking as to how he identified himself and believe God. Let me ask you this question. If we were to do an experiment, choose 3 vacant islands and place 100 men on one, 100 women on the other, and 50 men and women equally on the third island, and say, God says, be fruitful and multiply. Replenish the island or earth. Go ahead. We will give you each 100 years to do so. What do you think would happen? I think you know the answer. Only one island will be successful in replenishing that place. The one mixed with males and females because they're equipped to do so. Sadly to say, the one with all males and the one with all females would become extinct. So why would you think God would create something or someone that will become extinct naturally? All animals that became extinct were as a result of unnatural causes. All of them had reproductive systems for the sole reason of replenishing the earth. Again, when God gives us a command, he equips us to carry out that command. He not only said to replenish the earth, he said to subdue it and have dominion. Do you know that God created all the animals and plants to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth? But he only gave the dominion promise to man? Yes, we are to have dominion over all the other species, plant life in the earth, not other men. The word dominion is the word to dominate. When you dominate something, you take control over it. No one was created to be dominated or to be controlled by another person. This is why we get stressed and sick when we are under dominion of others. The Bible is as old as Genesis 1:26. It's about dominion. Is religion about dominion? No, only kingdom is. It's about the king, which means ruler, and dom, which means dominion. Religion is the opposite of kingdom. Religion is about control. Kingdom is about freedom. Remember that the religious leaders were afraid to give up control that they themselves wouldn't lift or carry. So King Jesus says, woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut the kingdom of heaven in men's faces. You yourselves do not enter, nor will you let those enter who are trying to. Matthew 23:13. When anyone hears the message of the kingdom and does not understand it, the devil comes and snatches it away. Matthew 26. Because the devil is afraid of one message, and that is the message of the kingdom. He's not afraid of prosperity, healing, miracles, or even the blood. You can preach that all day. That is the how, not the why. You can receive healing once, but if you understand it is your right in the kingdom of God, you can receive healing over and over and keep it. Have dominion, family, and subdue the earth. Be sovereign in every situation in your life, which means controlling your situation by allowing God to control it, taking authority over it and casting your cares on Christ. Act like your sovereign Father. King Jesus says, "For it pleases the Father to give us the kingdom, to have dominion." Much love.